Yo, it's your man Jam C,
It's your boy Lou Bim.
and we are going vocal. We are the Pod Squad. As you can see, it's 2/3 of us.
Word, we want to give a big shout out to our girl, Sha Money.
Shy Money and Hiatus.
Word, she done got a Monet Tejada.
Oh yeah, she out.
Running around, fly, she want to be. But she's truly missed.
Absolutely. Yeah, we miss you, Shy Money. We miss you. Welcome when you come back. We look forward to seeing you when you get back.
And your list of the whole bunch of people that need to get
This shit together, yeah, because she the queen of getting your shit together. She's always on me about getting my shit together. Yeah, how was your week?
My week was alright, you know, a little riff. Well, not a riff, but at work I felt like the master was putting pressure on me.
Put the whip on you?
Put a little
Chop
pressure
your
on me.
foot off?
Yeah, like he wanted to chop it off, but I wasn't letting him. I was fast, so. But other than that, the week was pretty good. We're about pretty fast, you know. But
now let me ask you something. I know we all do different types of work, and this goes along with today's topic. Like, we want to talk today a little bit about like peer pressure, and you think about peer pressure at work, peer pressure with social media, peer pressure even with your friends. And here's the thing: peer pressure is not just things that our kids deal with. Because I'm learning just from Facebook, Instagram, we all still suffer from peer pressure being over 40 and even 40 and older.
Mm-hmm.
So today's topic is really 40 and over peer pressure. Does that shit exist? Is it real or not real?
it is definitely real, and I figure 40 and over, who do you have anything to prove to? Like, so if you're being peer pressured to prove something to someone else, then you need to be the topic of get your shit together. Because the only person you need to prove anything to is yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
And no one should force you or make you feel like you need to do anything that you don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Like, you old enough to know, like, no, that ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, here's the shit. Here's the thing. This is what I see. Like, and my job, the environment at my job is that you see like a lot of these girls, they come to work dressed in a certain attire. Now, my job is uniformed.
mm-hmm.
So if your job is uniformed, whether hospital, whatever that is, you should come in uniform.
Correct.
You know, but they may allow you to wear spandex or what have you. So everybody want to dress like they in the club, but it's not that kind of environment. They just allow it, but it's not that kind of environment. So my thing is, if a female, because guys, we don't dress that way. Guys are mostly uniform. That's what you do. So like, women come dressed that way, so now everybody competing. If you dress in uniform, you want to know you want to show somebody you got money, so you come with the Gucci bag. Why? Why you come to work with Gucci bag? Why?
That makes sense.
You want to come with Gucci bag, then the next day you come in with the Gucci boots or the Fendi bag or the Louis bag because you want to show people that this is what you look like when you ain't in uniform. It's like, that shit is corny. Like, so you doing it for the wrong element for that, and why are you doing it? So now everybody, they see younger girls doing it, so now all these older people want to do it and show like, I got it too. Or you buy a car, income tax time coming. So we know peer pressure is at an alarming rate. So now you're going to get people buying a new Mercedes and living in the hood.
Or even the newest Gucci bag or the newest YSL, whatever, because of income tax. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they flossing and flexing during income tax, and they feel like they need to do that. But again, why do you feel the need to have to prove yourself to people that you're not even in competition with? Well, you are in your mind, you're in competition with them, but no one is in competition with you.
Exactly.
You know? And so, with that being said, why do you feel the need to just want to compete or just, you know, be so flamboyant to be seen? You know, it's just sickening, honestly speaking. And I think one of the driving forces with this peer pressure that clearly has to be social media. You know, everybody wants to be on social media, and they want to keep up with the trends or keep up with the Joneses or keep up with what's going on, or just trying to make themselves relevant, you know, at an older age, you know. But there's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? Just stay in your lane, stay relevant in the lane that you're in, and at the age point that you're at. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
And the reality of it is people that are in a certain age bracket, they're not chasing, they shouldn't be chasing clout, but there are those who are chasing clout and, you know, all on Instagram and social media. I don't want to just say Instagram, but just social media in general, you know, but it's just, I don't know, it's just sad.
Well, you know, and I don't mean to cut you off, but here's the thing. When you're at well, I can say my peers. I can't speak for everybody else's peers, but I tend to think that we all share the same experiences. When you're 40 and over at this point, the most cloud chasers are the people you've known from your past. So it's like you're still trying to keep up. You're trying to reinvent your past because social media wasn't around in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So if you was the shit man, the shit girl, female and male in that time, you're really trying to recapture that lifetime through Instagram and Facebook, because those are the people that you be friend with, and then some of the people that wasn't the it crowd that's a part of those numbers. Because I know people that have like maybe 2,000 followers on Instagram, and that actually feeds their hunger to want to do more. So I kind of think, you know, peer pressure sometimes can be a form of mental health issue too. Because I think percentage-wise, we are the most vain when you look at social media. We are the most vain, and it's usually middle-class people. It's usually people who have less than what the wealthy people do. Mm-hmm. You know, because people of wealth, they post, but they post more experiences than a brand new t-shirt. Mm-hmm. You know, I follow what's the young man from Wolf of Wall Street? I follow him. Now,
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, the original Wolf of Wall Street, when they did the story about it. I forgot his name. I'm at a loss. I apologize to him, but I just started following him because I was inspired by the movie by Leonardo. So what he posts, people like him and the real estate developer Don Peoples Jr., I follow his son. These guys post life experiences. They're not posting, I got a brand new Rolex. Right. They're posting, I'm in Monte Carlo, I'm at Saint-Tropez, I'm in a 5-star hotel. They're posting experiences. There's a difference. Like, I don't feel pressured by any of my peers to post a brand new pair of sneakers or brand new pair of Gucci's or things like that. I like experiences. So I think for me, I think it should be more or less posting your experiences, because I think that's what people of wealth do. But people in the middle class, we put pressure on ourselves for things.
I just think that whole posting thing, period, to me, and just for me, the whole posting thing, I don't get it. Like, are you doing it for bragging rights? Whatever it is that you're posting, whether it's experiences or whether it's clothing, are you just rubbing it in people's faces who are less fortunate to have those things? Or is it where those some people are doing it to be inspirational? Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? I just feel like that a lot of times people post to be boastful. You know, just to say that, hey, oh, look at me, oh, I'm on a plane here, or I'm on here, and a lot of it is just to hype up a lifestyle that they really don't live. You know, because it's a perception.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a perception. It's a perception. If I can sell you on this perception, then you believe that this is what I'm doing. And so now here comes the peer pressure to those who are watching this. They feel like they need to be doing what they're doing to keep up with the Joneses, and that to me just don't make sense at all.
And I think that's the point I'm getting at. What I mean when I say people of wealth, as I think you do within your means. So the point I'm saying, I use people of wealth as an example. When they post, they post more experiences than just things. Like, they may post they got a brand new Bugatti, but that's just for people like you and I really to be inspired and motivated. Because sometimes a lot of them will if you look at their pages, they give you a motivational speech or a motivational caption that we supposed to really live by, or it should be our mantra, so to speak. So, but I think, and with middle class America, it's more or less, some of us are rubbing it in our face.
Yeah.
But if you know me, anything I post is to motivate. It's never to show you, okay, I'm just showing you I got this. Look, hey, look what I bought me today. It's always to motivate. Anything I do is to inspire you to do the same thing that you could do it. Because especially if you come from humble beginnings. Anybody that know me know I come from humble beginnings. So with any success I get in my life, I will document it. I will post it because I feel like I should. Now I'm not materialistic in that way that I have to show everybody. Now, I am a materialistic person. I do like nice things. However, I don't feel the need to put it on display, every nice thing that I have. Like, I'm just not like that. If I celebrate life, like my 50th birthday party, I posted it. I celebrated that. So, because to me, my party was a roast.
It was real nice.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it was top shelf. So,
nice.
I posted that because it was a celebration of life. It wasn't to throw it in anybody's face to make them, feel like they had to compete with it or anything like that. It was just to show you that you celebrate life. I believe you should be living life and not just existing.
Yeah, agreed. That is what we should be doing, living life and not existing. But there's so many people that are existing just because they're living life through social media.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're living a false narrative or, false sense of hope because everything has to be documented or on social media. What's that saying? If it ain't no pictures, it didn't happen, or something like that. Something they say along those lines on social media. So you have to be able to provide what you're saying or prove what you're saying via pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
No matter how true or accurate that may be. You could be inside the Louis Vuitton store and just try it on a bag and took a picture. You didn't buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't buy it, but you got it on.
Exactly.
And once you took your picture, you gave it back. Or you could be at the dealership, test driving the car, pull over and take a picture.
Exactly.
Like, yo, look at my new whip, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's always that perception, and people are never really selling the true story.
Yeah.
What's really happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another thing too, a lot of times and there are a lot of people that are on social media that they're 90% of them aren't happy for whatever you're posting.
Mm-hmm.
They're just watching and they're hating from afar.
Trolls.
You know what I'm saying? They're hating from afar. But at the same time, there are some people that keep posting just to give them something to look at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know you looking. I know you watching.
Mm-hmm.
So let me keep on feeding you with this stuff. And they take it and eat it up. And it's ridiculous how people sit here and just waste their time just plastered on social media for hours and hours and hours at a time. And that's not living. That is just existing. That is not living at all, because you're not living out your dreams, you're not living out your fantasies, you're not living out what your purpose is.
Exactly.
You're on this earth. You're just here to just exist and stuck on social media. Social media is the devil. Yeah.
And you know what? You just said something. You touched on something that was really serious. Living your purpose. If you, that phrase right there should keep you from being pressured by your peers, because you're not living your purpose. That's the key. God has given you your purpose. The higher power has given you your gift to provide to the world, to give for your purpose. So whatever your peer is doing, the true pressure should be motivation. And it should be motivation for self. So if I know Lou Bim has his own entity, so if Lou Bim is going in lane A and he's pushing it, and I see him pushing, I see him working, it's supposed to be motivation to me, not pressure. It should be motivation, but it should be enlightenment. So then it should push me to do what it is I'm supposed to be doing, to release my gift into the world. That's what we're supposed to be doing for each other. I think we could say peer pressure, but it should be positive. It should not be anything for negative. And it definitely shouldn't be for something through social media, because we all know that social media is glorified. I always say it's magnified 25. So whatever you see is magnified 25 times of that. Because a lot of times, to Lou Bim's point, it's nothing like what they perceived it to be. The perception is always going to be greater than reality.
Right.
So I think we have to be more self-absorbed to a point where we want to motivate, not self-absorbed to where we look for people to, where it becomes vain, where I got to get 1,000 likes in order for me to be productive throughout the day. I think it's counterproductive and it's a waste of valuable time in your life. It holds no value. And I think like peer pressure is one key. We deal with it in school with our children. We deal with it now even as adults with this social media. But I do have a question. Do you think like at work, you think it's peer pressure on the job? And if you do, give me some examples of what you think, because I think I have a few examples. Think about it.
I don't foresee peer pressure at work. I know there's a high demand, to reach quotas, to reach, billables, to reach receivables. It's a quota for all that, and but I don't feel peer pressure in that.
Well, okay, I'll give you an example. I think there's some peer pressures at work when you think about like how corporate America is structured. Let's say you want to be in a management training team, and let's say there are 5 candidates. Within those 5 candidates, there is some peer pressure because somebody who's probably think they got the inside track is going to try to give you false narratives on how you should maneuver in order to get that promotion. So I think, and you succumb to that because if you see me going right and it looks like it's working, because a lot of times people always pat you on the back and tell you you're doing the right thing. They brown nose it, so to speak. You might feel pressure to do the same thing. If you know your supervisor or your manager likes coffee in the morning and you're in a management training team, you feel like you need to get him coffee first. Those are examples because those things happen. Those happen. It happens at my job all the time. Somebody want to be a lead in any job, you're going to kiss ass. You're going to try to be the first to do it because you think that that's what this person like, or you see somebody else doing it. Now, it may not be our culture doing it, but other cultures do it. Peer pressure is universal. It's not just something that you might not experience it at your job, but you might see somebody doing it and don't realize that's what's happening.
But I think you're missing a key component to that example that you just explained. That peer pressure is you're getting pressure from your peers. So
exactly.
there's no pressure from your peers to try to appease your boss.
No, it is because it's out. It's not yourself. When a peer pressure is not just based on self. Peer pressure is also how you treat other people. I'm gonna give another example. In the hood, how many times you seen a guy who wasn't a bully but he hung with bullies and he tried to bully? Okay. Exactly, that's peer pressure. Exactly, so that's what I'm saying. So that's the same example I'm giving. I'm just giving it from a corporate standpoint. If you know, okay, let's say you know the audience likes for somebody to be comedic, and I might be a comedian. Because you're around me, you might try to crack a joke. You get what I'm saying? Because
I wasn't pressured. Well,
yeah, no, you are. You saw the pressure because you feel like that's what you need to do to be accepted. That's all. That's the point I'm getting at. So people do things outside of themselves to appease an audience. So it's peer pressure. There's a lot of different intricacies to that. It's not always just involved in self. And I just want to lay that to the audience because peer pressure comes from all angles. I just tend to think that sometimes at our age, it could become a mental health situation. And I mean, you more or less the expert in that field than I am, so you can tell me if I'm wrong or right. But I think after we get a certain age, depression starts to set in.
Yeah, if you think about it, right? So if you're peer pressured, then how confident are you within yourself? So if you're very confident within self, then no one can take you away from that. You understand what I'm saying? And then it goes back to the point earlier that we were making. I was going to touch on that, but we started to veer off to another direction. That your purpose is your purpose, right? And if you focus on your purpose, can't nobody take you off of your purpose.
Yeah.
Your purpose is your purpose.
Absolutely.
And you don't have time to worry about
You
something somebody else is doing or what somebody else is saying, because your purpose is your purpose and you're here to serve that purpose. So, and again, at our age, or our age group, or people that are in our peers, you should not at this age be worried about what kind of clothes you got on, trying to keep up with the latest fashion, trying to wear skinny jeans when you can't wear them, and But again, I think also too, and I don't misunderstand what I'm saying. We all like nice things. We all have had nice things, and if you're doing these things solely because of who you are and not to please the masses, then it's okay. That's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect
absolutely.
that you're doing it that way. But if you're doing this just to appease the masses, you're doing this all wrong. You need to sit down and reevaluate all these things. Take a few minutes to yourself and just meditate and think about what's going on and how
self-inventory.
Yes, self-inventory, as well as self-care. I think that should happen on if not a daily basis, definitely on a weekly basis. You should do something as small as self-care. So to keep yourself in line on what you're doing, what your purpose is, and make sure that you're not being pulled to one side or the other. Just staying focused on what it is that you need to do for you as well as your family, and not being distracted.
So why do you think something like that, why is it so easy for people to be pressured, or it appears to be easy? I can't say that because I've never been a victim to peer pressure that I know of, but why do you think it's so easy for people to be pressured to feel like they have to prove they have, or prove that they can do, just to prove themselves to anybody? Why do you think we feel that pressure to do that?
Again, it goes back to the lack of confidence and wanting to feel accepted, the need to be accepted into something. You know what I'm saying? And it all stems back from, if you're at this age and you're still feeling like that, then you've been doing this all your life.
Yeah.
This is not nothing new that just happened.
Yeah.
You've been always looking and seeking acceptance and approval of others. So if that's always been something that you've always done, then you're going to continue to do it unless you wake up and be like, no, wait. No, I'm the most important person in this situation. I need to prove this to myself, not those around me. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that always been within you, something that you always, that they always struggle with, and probably didn't know that they're struggling with it. And thank God that we're having this conversation now to kind of bring it to the forefront, and they can say, well, wait, have I been peer pressured? But then also you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not going to be honest with yourself, then you can't help yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you have to be honest with yourself in order to say, okay, I can see that. I can understand that. That is me. You know what I'm saying? Or wait, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? So, but honesty, you have to be honest with yourself. Stop looking for acceptance for other people. Just accept who you are, and make the necessary changes to make you a better you, as opposed to making you a better you for other people. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Here's the thing I want everybody to try. Anybody within the sound of our voice, anybody who's watching this video, I want you to go to somebody who, either your past or your present, somebody who you have some form of history with, and ask them, do you feel like I was ever a victim of peer pressure? And then see how they watched you come up, and they could tell you. They could be honest. I think we need to open a dialogue, even with our children, because I think sometimes you should be more transparent with your kids. If you recognize that you was a follower, you should address that to your children and let them know, and you guide them and try to teach them the right way, how they possibly could change that narrative and they could do something different. Because I think that's an interesting topic. I'm gonna do that tonight.
I think too, also, as I'm sitting and I'm thinking about it, a lot of times you're seeking to be accepted into a certain group, right? And you're seeking their acceptance, but if you're already amongst that group, guess what? You're already accepted.
Exactly.
You're already accepted if you're amongst them. So there's no need to do anything extra to prove that you're down with them or you're loyal to them.
Exactly.
Because you're already there. You would have never been in the room with them if you wasn't accepted. So there's no need to do anything more than that. So I don't know. you just have to understand that, you know, you are who you are, and you are amazing. You're wonderful. You know, you tell yourself these things. You give yourself these affirmations to give yourself a pep talk or wake up. And then, granted, not every day you're gonna feel like that. No, not every day you're gonna feel like that. So those days when you're feeling down, you're entitled to feel. You're entitled to have a down day, but just don't lease it. Don't lease that property. You understand what I'm saying? Just visit and come on out of it.
Exactly.
You understand?
Know that it's all temporary.
That's it. Don't lease it for a year. That ain't yours to buy for a year.
Exactly.
Just visit.
That's it.
You took a look around, didn't like what you saw, and come on out of it. Get back to your daily routine.
Exactly. Because my livelihood is happy. So I own happy. But I know that there's some days I'm going to have to go visit my aunt in Sadville. So I'm going to be in Sadville for the day or maybe just for the hour. But then when I know happy right next door to me is my house. That's why I hold the key to happiness. So, you have to be happy with yourself. Everything you do in life starts with self. Everything. Everything. On that note, listen, you got anything you want to add to that?
Well, yeah, I was good ready to say when you said you go to Happyville, shit, sometimes I go to Crazyville.
That's okay. That's okay.
And sometimes I need to get out of Crazyville, or sometimes I feel like I may wear my emotions on my sleeves, you know what I'm saying? But then at the same time with that, you know, you gotta change your shirt. You know what I'm saying? You gotta change your shirt, and if you're changing your shirt every day, then as you take that sleeve off, that emotion goes right with it. So my whole point is that, you know, not living in that. You know what I'm saying? And again, we go back to that living, not just existing. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta forget what the naysayers are saying. Forget what they're doing. You don't have to prove anything to these people out here. Be the best you can be. Be in competition with yourself. You compete with you and only you. You measure your success from what you did this year versus last year, going to the next year, and you set goals to accomplish them. So you compete against yourself, no one else.
Exactly. And for all feedbacks, please hit us up at goingvocal@gmail.com. That's GOINVOCAL@gmail.com. We are the Pod Squad, and it is time for somebody to get their shit together. And Get Your Shit Together is a segment that we created that we want to be able to tell somebody, which is along line this. If you know somebody dealing with peer pressure, you need to tell them, yo, get your shit together. Stop being a follower.
Right.
You don't have to fit in with them if they don't accept you the way you are.
Right.
Get your shit together. And on that note, I'm going to add to this right now. I'm going to go out first if you don't mind.
That's fine.
My Get Your Shit Together is going out to most of my peers who I know on social media, you know, that I think we live in this world where we feel like we have to be socially accepted. So they decide they want to post certain pictures like they're still in the limelight, like everything is still back in the 90s. So they posting, they doing pictures of club shots. And again, however you decide to live your life, we're not here to judge. But I see more for most of the people in my circle. I see more for them. I know their mind, I know their heart, I know their spirit. I know that the possibilities for them are limitless, but I feel like they don't believe it. So they stick to what they know. And I'm just urging people to get outside that box, man. Don't just be happy for me. Be happy for yourself. And don't feel pressure to still fit in with the same people we grew up with. You got to get outside and live life, explore life. To what Lou Bem said, don't just exist. Get yourself together and live. And that's what I got to say.
That's a great point. That's a very great point. Get yourself together to live, but you're asking people to do something that they don't know how to do. They never lived before. I didn't know how to live. You know what I'm saying? Just a food for thought. Learn how to live.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right.
My Get Your Shit Together, and this is not directed towards any one particular person or persons per se, but it is directed to the young generation, the younger parents, right? The younger parents who their kids may be our grandkids, right? You know what I'm saying? So this Get Your Shit Together goes out to them. Stop bringing that baby bag in the house smelling like weed. Because obviously you smoking around the damn baby. Get your shit together. Stop smoking around these goddamn babies. You know what I'm saying? At least drop them off at the house first, and then go
smoke.
Then go smoke the dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But don't stop having that baby bag smelling like weed. All the baby clothes smelling like weed. The damn diapers smelling like weed. Similac smelling
baby
like
got a contact, whether you
right,
know, you do a drug test, that baby positive.
Right.
You're right, but you're right.
That pissy ass diaper
Yeah.
got THC in it.
Exactly.
So I mean, these young parents, you know, just be more mindful, be more conscious of it, of what you're doing around your younger kids. And granted, they are young, they probably can't talk, but it's your responsibility as a parent to protect them, you know, and
Absolutely.
at all costs, you know, keep them out of harm's way, and it's your job to do so. So all you young parents who smoking dope around the babies, get your shit together.
And stop smoking dope around the baby, please.
Don't
stop doing any type of form of negative activities in front of the baby, because you could have spilled the beer on them. So I mean, like,
and believe it or not, you're only shaping them to be the person that they're gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Just stop, because they become babies can be at certain ages they're sponges, so they're picking up everything.
Absolutely,
You know
absolutely.
So just be mindful and be careful of that. You know, and if you knew better, you would definitely do
better. Exactly. Before we leave, I want to give a shout out to my man out there, Van and Drove Stogies out there in Inglewood, California, because I know they hosted the Super Bowl. So shout out to Inglewood, California, all my peoples out there. Shout out to anybody, all my people in Arizona, my people in Miami, my people in Harlem. Shout out to all you guys out there. We love you. You want some shout outs?
I want to give a shout out to the Terry. She's a therapist. I met her at the cigar shop, and she's actually doing an event on March 10th. I think it starts at 6 o'clock. It's like a couple, but not couple. It's a relationship discussion. So you come to the cigar shop, get cigars. They're gonna have hookah. I think they're gonna have some type of food there. It's a BYB, bring your own bag. I think it starts at 6, March 10th, at C&T Signature Cigars at 717 West Grand in Rahway, New Jersey. So 717 West Grand, Rahway, New Jersey, C&T Signature Cigars. If you're not doing anything, stop by, bring your bottle or whatever. They're gonna have hookah and stuff. Cigars, if you're a cigar smoker, they have cigars there as well. So shout out to this Terry, the psychiatrist, the therapist, whatever she does. She's amazing. She's a very amazing lady. So
that's peace. And shout out to International Sticks, my man Fu, our man Fu. And, we see you soon. And once again, my name is Jam C.
Your boy Lou Bim.
And we are the Pod Squad, and we are going vocal. Peace.
Peace.